Raise your hand if you watch the NBA. You? You? Um, I'm just kidding. There's no one here. But hi, my name is Alex, and if you know me, then you know I like NBA basketball. All of it. The games, the players, the feuds and rivalries, the greats and legacies. I especially love playing it more than ever. I like to play anywhere between one time and three times per week. COVID is kind of making that hard right now with, some parks actually removing the rims from certain courts. But it's not just my exercise, it's my therapy. When I was stuck in a house with my overprotective Nigerian parents, basketball was one of the few things I was allowed to go outside and do. Soon, I was playing every day at a young age, probably like 12, 13, whatever that age is where you don't know what to do with life. Oh, all ages? Okay, I'm just playing. And it was more than just an escape from the house. It was calming. I liked it so much because it was always the same. One of the few bits of consistency I had in my life. And I loved it. And that brings us to the topic at hand. Basketball is changing. Not too much, but in one particular position, center. The center is the biggest, tallest, strongest player in the court. You usually find him on this makeshift court right here. Now, you think they dominate. In fact, it hasn't been that way for a long time. The last time a center won league MVP was back in 2001 when Shaquille O'Neal won. And he made it look easy, dunking on everybody, looking like a man amongst boys. But that was back in '01. Now it's been over 10 years since a position above small forward won it. Not to mention that the league clearly lacks dominant big men. Maybe Anthony Davis or Joel Embiid, but AD needs LeBron to be a contender, and Embiid seems pretty content being the Fresh Prince in Philly with no rings. My point is, this is not a centers league. We don't have a lot of superstar centers. We don't even find them essential. Just look at the Rockets and their small ball experiments. They don't have a player above 6'8". Most teams try to have a player near 7 foot, but they don't even have one. And the worst part of it all is that it wasn't a disaster. It actually worked for a while until they lost maybe one or two games. But because of COVID, we couldn't see just how well they could get. Now, the league wasn't always like this. In fact, not too long ago, in the 90s, it was believed that you couldn't win a championship without a big man that could lead you. Of course, Michael Jordan shattered that belief, in wondrous fashion, I might add, 6 times too. But when big men truly dominated was from 1950s to the 80s. From 1954 to 1982, the league MVP was given to a center all but 6 times. That's almost 30 years of the league MVP going straight to the center. This is where greats would cement their legacies with feats like 11 NBA championships by Bill Russell, a 100-point game by Wilt Chamberlain, and most points in NBA history, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Centers got the job done, bullying others for rebounds, crafty footwork on their post shots, and throwing down mean dunks. But wait now, rebounds are pointless inflatable stat. The post shot is the worst shot in analytics, and every third grader can throw down a mean dunk. Okay, maybe a little exaggerated on the last one, but my point is now teams like to get their offense in different ways. More three-point shots, more drives for layups, more fast movement. Less post moves, less isolation, less of a need like Bill Russell. In the 60s and 70s, He was a defensive anchor, known to lock down players down low, but no one's posting up anymore. He has no handle, so he couldn't be your primary ball handler and dish out assists. He had no outside shots, so the defense had no need to follow him if he spaced out on the offensive floor. And this would lead to opposing offenses not being able to get their precious, statistically superior layup shot because of a clogged lane. At best, he was a great player on a non contending team. I mean, that's not bad. CP3 will be in the Hall of Fame. But he won't win as many championships as he did before. You know, he won't get 11 championships doing that. And he won't win league MVP. A legendary center like Bill Russell wouldn't be in top 10 in today's NBA in its current state of optimization. And that's on the offensive end and the defensive end. So what's the future of the big man? The Rockets marked the beginning of extinction by winning with small ball. But Shaq was recently on interview, and when asked if there will ever be a dominant big man like him in the game, he said, "What you mean? I am in the game. My name is Greek Freak." Of course, Greek Freak is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He looks a little different from Shaq, but in not too many ways. He's taller, a lot more on the skinny side. And while Shaq was bigger, they both dominate the paint, check. A lot of boards, check. Post moves, check. Mean dunks, double check. While it's nice to know Shaq's breed isn't gone, that's like finding a singular baby T-Rex now. They're unique. But it shows something. Giannis and other unique big men in the league show us the future of the NBA position. Karl Anthony Towns with an above 40% from three-point range. Nikola Jokic with his nifty passing and impressive transition plays. Seriously, that man has some handle. They show some change. It's just diversified. Roy Hibbert, a former big man in the league, once said, "If my son ever plays basketball, I'm going to tell the coach to make him do more than the center stuff. Have him learn the guard moves too." The NBA is in the analytics era, and 3 points are more valuable. If you score in more than a few ways, you're useful. And please, please don't waste half the shot clock trying to post up, only to have the ball stripped or get fouled and hit no free throws. Shaq. Oof. I think I might have COVID. The center is changed. This is working smarter, not harder, and it produces. If the paint was a small town bank, the 3-point area is the Federal Reserve. Goodbye, big men. Hello, smart, skilled NBA players who just so happen to be big. Thank you. All research was done via 2K.